Hi Dimes! So this is an initial review for Diamond Doll's hair, curly wavy hair, Cambodian curly wavy or wavy curly hair. And this is it. The length is, the bottom is 20 inches. I have three full bundles in 20, 20, and 16 inches. Which I wouldn't recommend. I think I would recommend doing like 20, 20, and 18 or 20, 18, and 16, but that's what I have going on in here. And all it did is just require a little bit more layering, so it wasn't, the short to the long wasn't so drastic. So the hair is gorgeous, like absolutely gorgeous. Two things. I did dye the hair because the hair does come on its own in just natural brown color hair. And so I tried to dye it to a 1B. I didn't quite actually do it very well because I'm new to dyeing. I've never dyed my own hair, and I certainly have never dyed hair extensions. I'm still very new to the weaving. There's so much that I don't know that I'm learning in this process, so bear with me. And so I dyed the hair, but what I'll do next time is buy pre-mixed dye, because I had to mix what's called a developer, which is I think peroxide that helps to open the hair, to open the cuticle. I don't know, it's peroxide basically, so it's good for dyeing. So I use 20% developer and one and only argan oil, natural black or black brown hair dye. I'm not quite sure, I don't even have it anymore. I got it at Sally's Beauty Supply store. But yeah, I used it, and I don't think I mixed it properly because I don't think the color took as well as it could have, it should. So I think they do sell pre-mixed hair dye, so you just take it out of the bottle and it's ready to go, which I will use next time. But I got it, it's definitely darker than the last hair that Nadia from Diamond Doll's Hair sent me. It's darker because I dyed it, not that she sent it to me darker. It was the same color as the other bundle, but the other hair that she sent to me. So that's one thing. So if you do, the hair does not come in the natural like 1B color that a lot of girls have naturally growing out of their heads. So you do have to dye the hair. The other thing I did is I did seal the wefts. So I did seal the wefts, and I used a product that I got at Michael's, and it's called Stop Fraying. And there's this other product called Fray Block that other people have used. I've never sealed wefts before, so this is my first time. And by sealing the wefts, basically this is an adhesive that you apply to the actual where the hair is coming down off of the track. That's the weft, and you apply it on. Word to wise, Nadia recommends this in her little pamphlet she sends when she sends you the hair also, is that you want to give 24, I think like 48 hours to apply this. I didn't do that. I applied it the night before I was getting the hair done, and so it was definitely still sticky when she was, it was almost dry because I used a blow dryer, and I had it when it was drying overnight. I stored it in like the room that my boiler is in, and so it was definitely almost dry, but it was still a little bit sticky, so it definitely needs, I would give it like 3 days to apply this stuff to the wefts for it to seal. So definitely the reason I chose to do that is because with the last hair that I had used, it was recommended that I seal it, and I didn't do it, and I've never done it before, and the shedding was god awful. And I didn't want to experience that with this hair because it's so beautiful, and I just wanted to stay this full. And again, this is the natural texture of the hair. I have no product in the hair. I just washed, I did like a conditioned rinse, actually. It was a little bit, I had just slept with it and didn't put anything on, didn't tie it, didn't braid it, anything, and it was like a little bit ratty in the morning. So I ran some conditioner through it, rinsed it out, and let it dry naturally. And this is the natural drying of the hair, and it's so gorgeous. Okay, so that's that. The other thing is that the wefts on this particular hair, I don't know if this is how it all is. I checked the hair that I had used before, and I couldn't really tell if the wefts were like doubled up. So what I mean is it almost looked like 2 tracks in one. So, and I can't show you because I don't have any hair left, but definitely the wefts were kind of doubled, and they were kind of sewn. It was almost like 2 tracks were sewn. And so when I finished having this on my head, especially at the top, I was like, oh, it doesn't look as flat. First of all, I didn't leave out enough hair. So like, I feel like you can see, like when this starts to grow and my hair grows really quickly, like you'll start to, you see that track? You'll start to see that. And I feel really self-conscious about it. So I'm like, oh, I didn't leave out enough hair, and I had asked the stylist if this was enough hair, and she's like, yeah, it's okay. But honestly, these are things that you have to know yourself. Sometimes when you go get your hair done, you know, you have to know yourself how much leave out is good and all that. And I don't know, and clearly she didn't know. So I'm a little bit annoyed about that I feel self-conscious, but that has nothing to do with this initial review of the hair. So back to the wefts that are kind of doubled. What that created for me, after she was done, I looked at it and I was like, oh, it looks big on top. The hair didn't lie as flatly as I would like it to lie. So that was a little bit difficult. So what she did is she took out the top layer and split the wefts, or the wefts, or the tracks rather, and then laid them like that. So the top is flatter than it was beforehand. So something that you might consider if the wefts come to you doubled like that is and I don't know, there might be a reason why it's done this way, and I don't know, and there are probably gurus or hair reviewers who know why it's good to have them like that. I would personally split them down the middle, then seal them and take them like that. It'll definitely be more tracks, I guess, you know, but it'll allow it for a flatter lay, because that's what you want. You don't want hair that comes way up off of your head so that it looks so visibly weavy. I feel a little bit more weavy with this install. I mean, it's gorgeous though. The hair is gorgeous. I just have to figure out how to work it and how to blend it properly with my hair, and so it looks a little bit more natural. But the fact that I didn't leave out as much hair, I feel like as the hair grows out, it'll be more visible, and I may not be able to leave this hair in as long as I normally leave my weaves in. Other thing is, as you know, if you watch my last video showing my real hair, I am natural, so I definitely recommend girls who are natural to, let's see if I have it here with me. I don't. Oh, yes, I do. Is to use what's called a weave net. So this is the net that your weavologist will sew over your braids to keep them down. Because if you are a natural girl under there, as the hair grows and you sweat, you're talking swellage, and you don't want a bumpy weave that kind of looks crazy. So to keep your hair in check and to keep those, I never experienced a loose track, a hanging track, bumpy weave, none of that, because I use a weave net. So that's a tip for you, Dime. So I hope you enjoyed this initial review of this hair. I'm going to continue to use all the products that I used on the last hair. Silicone-based conditioners are great. The hair really seems to respond well to it. I used the Neutrogena hair mask that I showed in one of my other videos for this. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Review. Thanks so much for watching, and thanks Nadia from Diamond Dolls Hair for sending this hair to me. I'll do a 6-week review in 6 weeks. Okay, bye Dimes.